Hi everyone, Jennifer here with School of Insight. Today I wanted to really talk to you guys about that really overwhelming feeling of worry, stress, fear that moms carry. Dads too, but you know, as moms, we really are holding the space for ourselves somewhat, for our kids, our families, our homes. And just want to really let you know that I come from a really deep place of understanding and wanted to give you my story, or a story that I have. Got a lot of stories, but a story I have in regards to this and the effects of stress on young adults and teenagers. So I myself had epilepsy growing up and as an adult, and what I found was that meditation and breathing were imperative to me being able to actually subside. I don't have seizures anymore. When I do feel things coming on, I don't even need to feel like a seizure coming on anymore, just kind of like the stress or a lot of tension in my head. I recognize the triggers and I'm able to go and handle this. And I haven't had a seizure in a long time, thankfully. And it's been a very powerful transformation for me. But what I really want to go into more is my daughter. So my daughter had finished her freshman year of school and she was really struggling. She had been previously struggling for the past 5 years real significantly with her health, and it's been very, very hard for her to navigate through this and to understand why it's happening to her. Not that she fully understands, but all of these questions were going on, why it's happening to her, all the stress that was going on with school, with her friends, definitely with her family. She had a very hard time dealing with all of this. And then she went through her freshman year of college, and it honestly, it was not a good year. It was really rough. She was really sick, and she had a hard time. So going into the following year of school, right before school started, she really started stressing about school and about finances, which she didn't need to be, but she did. She took that on and really stressed out about it. And so just literally a couple days before school started, I get a call from her boyfriend telling me that she had had a seizure. Now, she's never, ever had any seizures at all. And so, you know, that's of course very concerning. That weekend she went into the ER, I think, gosh, it may have even been 3 times over the course of 3 days or something horrible. And they just kept saying, oh, she needs to go and follow up with a neurologist. She probably has epilepsy. But it got real severe. I mean, she didn't just have a seizure. She started having like multiple seizures, a bunch through the day. And she started, I mean, it was just bizarre. It completely came out of nowhere. So finally, one of the hospitals kept her and admitted her and put her up in ICU and got her with a neurologist that was on call. And he put her onto, you know, he monitored her on the EEG for, I think it was half a day. And it was awful. You just sat there and had to sit there and watch her have seizure after seizure after seizure. It was so horrible. But you know, the CAT scans and different brain tests that they did all came back negative, thankfully. But still, this was a very strange thing to have been happening. And so that afternoon, he comes to me and he takes me out to the hall to tell me that she's definitely having seizures, and but they are not caused from anything in her brain. It was actually caused from stress. It was something in her psyche that was breaking, and they're called psychogenic non-epileptic seizures. They're still seizures, they're very real, but it comes from the psyche, so there's nothing you can do physically, like as far as medication goes, to deal with this. Sorry, my dog's getting a little crazy back here. So, I mean, this was the unthinkable. Like, my 19-year-old daughter is sitting here having a real traumatic psychological breakthrough. Or not breakthrough, excuse me, breakdown. It was a complete and total breakdown. And it turned into, they released her after that, you know, and it turned into like 20, 30 seizures a day many times. She still really wanted to go to school and everything. And he said that the only thing that could help this, of course, is specialized therapy. And so she really wanted to go to school. So I ended up really trying to hold the space and support her with this. And I would drive 45 minutes to her every day, and I took her to school, and I'd wait out in the hallway. And then if she'd start to feel off or funny, she would come out in the hallway, and it was pretty much every day she'd come out and have a seizure or two or something, and then go back into class. And she hated the fact that her mom had to come with her to school every day. I mean, this was just, it was so heart-wrenching and so hard to go through to see her. Excuse me. Stop. It was so heart-wrenching to see her go through this, and the pain and the suffering on all levels. Physically, she kept hurting herself. She would, you know, emotionally, mentally, it was just really traumatic. And here I am really trying to hold the space for her and support her, and, you know, not go into a seizure myself through all the stress. And so I really get it. I understand how hard it is, and that working through it, getting the help that you need. She started asking for some help with meditations and, you know, really addressing things that were going on within her. And thankfully, and she had him for 3 months straight. I mean, this was a daily endeavor, day after day after day. There were times when she would wander out and get lost. One time she found herself up on the roof of her apartment. There was a couple times at school where she wandered off and got lost. I lost my daughter, which was really, really scary and horrible. And then she'd wake up, come out of her seizure, and not know where she's at. And then on top of this, you know, I'm still trying to hold the space for my son. And, you know, he's in high school, and he doesn't need to be neglected. You know, he needs to be loved and supported and all of the things, you know, just all of the things that the kids need. And then there's myself. And thank God for myself that I was practicing meditation, or I do practice meditation regularly. And I was able to really keep it together, to a point where I could carry my family through. And honestly, I do not see how that could have been possible for myself without doing the practices that I know to be able to calm the space, get within. It's like there's this tornado going around, and I just can't be caught in the tornado. I'm completely inefficient, unproductive, unhelpful, you know, when I'm caught in the drama or in the severity of the situation. So being able to really sit in the center of the storm, and then look around, pull yourself together and look around and see what needs to happen next, and take it step by step, and have the guidance and the ability to communicate with yourself, to really understand and to tune into your kids and to the whole situation and to life, to be able to understand how to progress through successfully, gracefully, lovingly, and to help pull everybody through. So that all being said, I want you to know how much I really do support you in, sorry about the light here. I really do support you in all of this. I understand the severity of different situations, and how hard it is, and how you can really feel like you're drowning, or just so much pressure that you can't get up, or being pulled. That was one for me. Oh my gosh, I was being pulled in so many directions that it'd be very get unbearable. And you have to pull that in to yourself. You have to be able to spend time, give yourself time in the bath or in nature, and going within and grounding yourself. And I'd love to help you if you are struggling, if you have a similar any situation with your kids or just within yourself. I really would love to be able to help you and tune in and see what we can do to help get you through. I appreciate you listening, and really do reach out to me if this is something that touches you.